Welcome to Dream Wednesday. This is one of the craziest dreams I have ever had, and I will share with you where I used to live to kind of set the backdrop for this story. Now, this dream happened maybe a couple years ago, a year or two ago, and the setting was a place that I lived at in 1993-94. My parents, I was about 13 at the time when I lived there. We lived in a trailer park, and so it was a gravel road, and it was a slight incline going up, tapering upward up the hill. So our trailer set on its lot to where if you looked out the window and walked out the front door, or stood at the front door over to the left and kind of slightly downhill as the hill tapered downward, you'd see a couple phone booths, and we had a set of steps. I think maybe we had like a little just 4x4 porch kind of deal with the steps going down alongside the trailer onto the concrete patio, which is usually what you'll find in trailers in a trailer park. So that is, the dream happened a year or two ago, but that setting from 1993-94 is where the dream took place. Okay, so this dream is crazy, okay, because you've got a mixture of astral projection, lucid dreaming, and potential night terror or sleep paralysis type of deal. And we all know, those of us that have experienced that's when the demons come into the dream, and surprisingly a lot of people experience that with like the demons. Like, it's not just, so if this is the first time you've heard about night terrors or sleep paralysis and the demons when you can't move, like a lot of people experience that whenever you're dreaming, where you're like dreaming and like the demons appear, or even if they don't appear, you can't see them, but you kind of know that they're there. That's like a common occurrence. Like a lot of people experience that, actually. So in this dream, the dream starts and immediately I'm lucid. Like, okay, I'm in a dream. I rise out of my body, aware that I'm in a dream, because I look back at that body, and as I'm rising out, I'm looking back, okay, I'm out of my body, so I'm dreaming. And then I say to myself, well, I'm also aware that this is a dream within a dream. It's kind of like astral projection. I look down at my body on the couch, and I'm like, I'm dreaming, except that's me dreaming that I'm getting up out of my body, but in reality, it's not 1993, it's 2021. And I knew where I was actually asleep at. I was asleep at my mom's couch, okay? In reality, in the real world. All right. So I become lucid. I'm like, oh wow, this is different. This is interesting. So I hear like a knock at the door or something. If my memory serves me correctly, I hear a knock at the door. When I open the door, it's me, another me, and it talks to me, and then it kind of walks away. And I say it for a reason, okay? And then down slightly off the hill, like it's at nighttime and the street light's shining down, and since the street light is shining down, there is some darkness in this dream, so it's not as bright as it would have normally been with the street light. It just mainly shines over my house in this dream. So that other version of me says, yeah, come over here. Just follow me. and then I start to follow me, the other me, and then in that moment is when I suddenly realized, wait a minute, I got that eerie, creepy feeling over me that it was a demon, like from a sleep paralysis. And in that moment, that's what it felt like. It felt like one of those sleep paralysis dreams, you know what I mean? And then suddenly, right before I followed it, oh, and he disappeared into the shadows. So I interpreted it as a demon posing and looking like me, and then it wanted me to follow it into the dark shadows for whatever purpose and intentions it had. So and part of me kind of understood or intuitively knew or interpreted it anyway, that this was an attempt to try to come make its way towards my body, because remember, I got out of my body. So it was almost, it felt like it was an attempt, because it knew that my body was laying asleep on the couch, being vulnerable for potentially, this is what I thought, my perception was that it might wanted to take advantage of me, and so it got me out of my body, and I thought, well, perhaps it wanted to go into my body, is what I thought. And I was aware that I was dreaming, and I was following whatever was happening in the dream. It didn't come to my mind, hey, I'm lucid, let me start doing stuff like in other lucid dreams when I've became lucid, and then I'll think, oh, I'm gonna do this. You know, it was more like one of those dreams where I knew I was in the dream, yet I still followed the script or the narrative of the dream. So if I remember correctly, I did go back into my body. And then when I did, that's when I woke up in this real reality. So crazy dream, multi-layered, multi-layered mixture of what seems like astral projection, lucid dream, and night terror or sleep paralysis type demonic kind of stuff going on. Crazy, I told you, right? So if you have had a dream that's similar, or if you've had like multi-layered dreams like that, or lucid dreams, any kind of like crazy dream like that, I'd be curious to hear about it, and and hear your story. So I appreciate your watching my video, and we will talk to you later. Peace.